Well, we picked up another Yamaha YFZ 450. This one's pretty nice. It's a 2006 Yamaha Special Edition. I think it's the 50th anniversary edition, because you can see the yellow, black, and white plastics. We've got the back plastics over here. Couple aftermarket parts on it we'll go over in a little bit. But basically I got this from a subscriber. He reached out to me and said that he had this thing sitting around, and he said he doesn't know what's wrong with it. He said it smokes pretty bad, and he said the last time he rode it was in summer, so he doesn't know if it starts right now, doesn't really know too much about it. He got it from a friend that owed him some money, and yeah, so he didn't really need it. He offered it to me. We agreed on a price of $1,400, which I thought was pretty fair, considering he had a video of it running in summer. So I thought, you know, the engine couldn't be too bad, I wouldn't think. But it looks like it's all here. We'll go over the aftermarket parts on it here quick. It's got the Motorworks SR4 pipe. Pretty nice pipe on it. It looks like a full exhaust. Then it's got the IMS foot pegs. I'm not sure what brand the Nerf bars are. They look like, I don't know, hard to tell. Is there a brand underneath here? I don't know what those are. There's no brand name on it anywhere. But it's got aftermarket Nerf bars, obviously. Front bumper looks like it was maybe homemade. Not the greatest thing in the world. It's got the shock covers, Monster Energy. It does have the headlights still, so that's good. I do like the plastics, the special edition plastics, pretty cool. Looks like the tags were taken off and then replaced with sheet metal. I don't know why. Interesting. Unless the stickers were just peeled off. Let's see what else. It's got like blue tones to it. I don't know why they painted this stuff blue and that blue. Kind of a weird scheme. Looks like the brakes work. Let's see here. Yep, front brake works. Does the rear brake work? Yeah, rear brake works. Cool. It has a brand new air filter. The guy said that he put that in there. That looks really nice. Not very often we get a quad with a brand new air filter. Looks like it's got a brand new tail light too. Very nice. And that tiny battery. You know, I don't think that's going to turn this thing over. It's a very small battery. How much coolant's in there? Nothing. Looks like this is aftermarket here. Right there. I wonder if the whole caliper is or just the cap right there. But again, a blue tone. I don't know what they were doing with the blue tones. But that looks like pretty much it for aftermarket parts. Looks like the wheels were painted black. Unless they came like that with the special edition, but I don't think they did. Dunlop tires, those are nice. Yeah, Yamaha, it says on there. And then we've got the VIN right here. And the 10th letter is a 6, so that's how we know it's a 2006. Chain's a little rusty. Just a tad. Wheel bearings feel good. That one's a little rough. We've got Pro Taper bars on it. Clutch pulls in. Elbow cap. It's a nice gas cap. And I think that's pretty much it. And then we've got a box of parts over here. We've got the plastics right here, the back plastics. It looks like at one point something melted it. I don't know if it was a pipe that got hot on the side over here, or maybe the battery exploded. but something melted the plastic right there. We've got the seat. Seat's really nice. No rips in the seat at all. Latch is still on there. Seat's in great condition. Side plastics. Again, very good condition side plastics. We've got a gasket for the clutch side. Those are nice to have. Skid plate for back there for the chain. And then, ooh, a whole carburetor. That's worth something. That's cool. Carburetor. Everything looks like it's there. That's awesome. Except the bolts. Wonder if there's a new one on there or what. Hard to tell. Brand new. So we've got carburetor. We've got some of these. Hand protectors. Oh, that's maybe why they went with the blue tone. Because they got blue protectors there. He ordered up a brand new chain for it. So brand new chain in there. I don't know what this is. Maybe the bolts. This is for the carburetor. What's this here? Oh, that's also for the carburetor. Oh good, that covers there with all the bolts. And then it looks like a top end gasket kit was on it. There's the base gasket, the old one. Here is the top end gasket kit. And it looks like an old cylinder here, which doesn't look too bad. Could probably be honed out. And then it's got the tensioner in there as well. These are all the bolts for it. So it comes with all the parts. It's definitely complete. So what we're going to do first is try to hook up a jumper to it and see if it turns over and whatnot. See if all the lights work. And then we'll see if we can start this thing up. Tried to even start this thing up at all or even turn it on. So, oh, the light does work. Let's see what happens when you push the start button. Does crank over. That's a good sign. Let's see if it will start up. Connect the jumper to it and see if that does anything. Sign. Let's see if that does anything for us. Doesn't look like it. I don't know if it's getting any gas. Probably see if there's gas in it. There's a little bit in there. Not much. Oh, it's not even on. Anything come down the gas line? Oh, she's starting to. What the heck? Look how slow that's moving down the gas line. We'll throw a little bit more gas in here. Alright, we've got gas going to it. Let's see what happens now. No go. We're gonna need a faster starter, it looks like. Alright, we're gonna hook up a little faster jumper. let's start it up. But if you guys saw, it was smoking pretty good. The choke was on. Starts back up here. Alright, so it starts up, but it smokes a ton, and then it just shuts off right when you turn off the choke, which is really weird. So I don't know if it's not jetted properly, or what's going on, but it definitely is smoking a lot. Alright, let's try to get the gas tank off, front plastics off, and see if we can get to the spark plug. That'll kind of tell us what's going on. Coming over here, just quick check the oil. We ran it for a little bit, so it would be milky if there was coolant in here. Not getting anything from it. Ooh. Oil does look a little milky, doesn't it? That doesn't look very good. Ooh. That's really milky oil. It looks like... Look how milky that is. Wow. Let's drain that and see what that looks like and see if there's any metal chunks in there or anything. To drain it, there's a drain bolt on the bottom of this oil canister, and there's a drain bolt right here. So let's do that. It's very strange that it's milky. I'm thinking maybe a head gasket problem. Alright, let's see how bad this oil is. Oh. This should be interesting. Could be the water pump seal as well, causing it to be milky. She's a little milky. Just a tad. Yeah, that doesn't look very good. We'll let that drain and then we'll get the oil out of here. Alright, let's see if I can reach underneath here and get this one off. I think it's 12 millimeter. Maybe. Yeah. Nothing's coming out of there. There's water. There's coolant is actually coming out of the pan right here. That is interesting. Oh man. Look at the globs. Eee. That's not good. Holy, look at the sludge on that. Man, I can smell it from like a mile away too. Jeez. All right, let's get a sample of that on a piece of paper. You can see the coolant drops coming in there. Look at that. I don't see any metal chunks though, which is good. But holy cow, is that bad. I don't think I've ever seen it that bad before. It's like sludge. So thick coming out of there. So it's a good thing we're draining this out. This is how much oil was in it. That's it. And look how bad that is. Jeez. There's like maybe like an eighth of a quart in there. That's like nothing. So there is definitely not enough oil in there. And you can see there's just like straight up coolant in there. And I'm looking for any metal chunks and I don't see anything, so that's a good sign. But man, that oil is bad. Let's drain out the coolant and see how bad that is. Gotta be. What's going on with that bolt like that? Let's see here. How bad is it gonna be? You guys can take a look. Oh. Alright. Doesn't look too bad so far. Not a whole lot of coolant in there either. Alright, so coolant wasn't too bad. Doesn't look like there was much oil in the coolant. So that's good. Let's take off the oil filter. Check that out. See if there's any metal chunks in there. See how bad the oil filter is here. Ooh, milky. Very milky. Alright, let's see what's going on. There's a flake of something. I don't know what that is. Interesting. Alright, let's do a little wipe down here. There's 0 metallic flakes on that. So that is good. So really, it's just coolant getting into the oil from somewhere. So we just have to figure out where. It didn't look like there was coolant leaking from the water pump here, and there's a little hole underneath here that if that seal goes bad, coolant will leak. So that wasn't happening. So that kind of leads me to believe that it might be a head gasket, and head gasket issues on these are very, very common. Like very common. And that might be why it was smoking so bad too. I don't know, we'll have to check out both. We'll have to check out the water pump and the head gasket probably. Alright, let's check out underneath the valve cover here. I just want to check and make sure timing's correct and everything was put back together correctly, because it looks like the top end was taken off at one point, and it looks like the cylinder and piston and everything was replaced. So a lot of times people don't torque it down correctly. They don't follow the torquing sequence, and then a lot of times they just blow head gaskets like instantly. Alright, let's see what these cams look like. I bet you it's all gonna be white up here. Yeah, look at all the white oil up here. It's crazy. Oh man, does that smell bad? Ugh, smells like burning coolant. Cam chain's nice and tight. Really tight, so that's good. It's actually perfect. That looks good. That was really loose on there. So it's definitely been worked on recently if these are loose, because usually these are really tight. Oh yeah, that one's loose too. Alright, and then there's a little line with a notch next to it. Oh, we're almost right there. I think it's 17 mil. We're like right there. Top dead center is right there. And let's see here. Oh, one more revolution actually. We're 180 out. Right there. We're at top dead center right now. You can see there's a dot right there, dot right there, dot right there, dot right there. So timing is spot on here. Let's see if the piston's at the top. There, yep, you can see the piston right there through the spark plug hole. See the piston in there. Lobes are pointing opposite directions. Yeah, timing spot on. So that is a good sign. I'm trying to look for any type of leaking happening, and I don't see anything. You guys see anything? Any leaking? And I don't see any signs of leaking where it's darker or anything. So I don't think it is the head gasket. I don't think. So let's try digging into the water pump seal and see what that looks like. Alright, we're going to take off the cover right here. Probably get the pipe off and then this line off right here. Now we've got better access to this thing. Just a little oil right there on it. Let's see if the water pump spins. Let me turn the quad on here. Yeah, it spins. So that's good. The water pump is working. At least. I believe this is left hand. Not 100% sure. Guess we'll find out. Let's see. Oh, right hand. There's a washer underneath that. There's one of the seals right here. Trying to see if they're... This is the outer seal. There's a little bit of gunk in here, it looks like. This one doesn't look that bad. Let's tear the cover off and see if that seal's bad in there. Alright, we need to get the oil lines off first, so these are coming off. Get all the other crush washers. Alright, let's try to get all these bolts off. Perimeter. Alright, I think we've got all the bolts off. Let's see. Let's see here. There we go. That was holding us up. There. Whew. So right there is the oil mod. That's a little oil squirter. Alright. Let's see. Let's just check out the area in here first. Clutch basket looks really good. Clutch plates look like they're all there. Everything looks pretty decent on this thing. Doesn't look like it's ever really been into too much. Yeah, everything looks like it's there. But, okay, so the water pump seal is on the cover right here. It's going to be underneath here. Alright, from what I can see in here, it doesn't look that bad. The seals don't look horrible in there. And then the shaft isn't all pitted or anything. So that's in good shape. So, I don't know, maybe it is the head gasket, because that doesn't look bad in there at all. I mean, we're still going to replace it, but I don't know if that's going to be the cause of our problem. I don't know. Hard to tell. I just don't think that seal looks that bad. So we'll probably order up a new seal, and then we'll probably order up a new head gasket for it, but I guess let's take this thing apart and take a look at the head gasket. Alright, let's get this head off of here. We gotta get the cam off first. That feels stripped out. That one's stripped right there. So one's stripped, the other ones are fine. Almost dropped that pin. That one wasn't even on. looks pretty good. Alright, we gotta get the tensioner out. Alright, let's get these cams out. See, the cam chain is now loose. And then we'll check out the cams as well and see what those look like. Hopefully they're fine. So far, everything on this quad looks pretty good. Intake cam coming out. Bearing feels good. Now we have the mount right here, and then we've got coolant line right there, and then 4 bolts. All right, let's get these bolts off of here. Let's see if they were torqued down enough. Nope, not even close. Wow. Yeah, it was definitely a head gasket. Those bolts were barely torqued down. Huh, wow. That's crazy. That's like nothing. All right, taking a look at the cylinder. Cylinder looks perfect. Piston looks perfect. It is in fact a 95mm piston, which is stock bore on this thing. So that's good. And you can see it's 95 because the number is right there. It says 9500. So that looks good. The head surface looks decent. It's not horrible. There is a little pit right there. And I'm wondering if coolant's getting through there. Right there. And a couple dings right there. Doesn't look like the guy cleaned up the surface of the head here either before putting on the new gasket, so that can make a difference as well. But I'm wondering if that little spot right there is a problem. Then I took off the carburetor right here. We're going to go through that in a second here, but I also found why it probably wasn't running without the choke on. So if you look at this, look at the crack in the boot, and that's coming all the way through. So big crack in the boot right there, and let's see, you can see it coming through in one of these spots. Yeah, right there. Hard to see, but it's coming through right on this end. So that's why it was starving for fuel. Big cracks in the boot. Alright, that's cleaned up pretty good. And now we can see the imperfection right there. It's still, there's still a little part where it can squish the gasket right there, so I don't think that's going to be an issue. I don't think. Alright, let's see what we have for jets in here. Curious to see if they rejetted for the pipe. Alright, that's pretty clean in there. Not too bad. Everything's moving. Take out the jets and see what we got going on. Let's see the main. 155 for the main. So I believe that's stock right there. I'll have to look up the stock numbers. See what we're at here. Alright, pilot 42, and I believe that's stock as well. Pilot jet's really plugged up too, by the way. I'm gonna have to poke in there with a wire to get that unclogged. It looks like a 42 pilot, which is what's in here, and then a 158 main is stock. We're running a 155, so this is less than stock. That's crazy. So we're gonna up the pilot to 45 and then up the main to 165. So yeah, I was running a little lean. So we're looking for a 165. See if we can find anything in here. Okay, there's 155. Oh, there's 165 right here. So we'll add that jet for the main. And we'll try to find the pilot for it. That's 45. Let's see. I think we have a couple. 45. There's a 45. Right there. There's a 45. So put the 42 back. Put the 45 in. So now it's 165 main, 45 pilot. And we're running with just an aftermarket pipe. And that's it. Alright, that's good to go. And I already cleaned out the carburetor. So, alright, so we got the carburetor figured out. That's all rejetted, ready to go. So really we just need to get a new head gasket, a water pump seal kit, and then a boot right here because that was all cracked. And then what else do we need? We need to figure out the head as well. I keep on looking at this, trying to determine if that's going to be a deal breaker or not right there. I don't know if I should have the head sent out to get fixed or what. Leave a comment down below. What do you guys think I should do? I don't know. It's really not that bad. I think it would be fine. You guys can kind of zoom in up on it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Get every angle of it. I wonder if we just torque it down, and if we have problems, we'll do something with it. I don't know. Should we send her? Really doesn't look that bad. I don't know, but we'll have to figure that out. Hopefully the water pump seals and the new gasket will take care of the smoking problem and the coolant and the oil problem. But we'll figure that out next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing. Stay tuned for next one. And until next time, we are out.